One last big dance with the River Bandits. Tonight marks the final meaningful matchup between the Steamers and the River Bandits of the regular season, and there's a whole lot on the line. The winner of tonight's game will move into first place in the Premier Collegiate League with just 3 games remaining in the regular season. Hello and welcome into this broadcast of Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Mealy, where tonight we've got the 11th matchup of the season between the Steamers and the River Bandits. The Steamers 3-7 in those matchups, but they just got the win against these Tarboro River Bandits on Monday night. It was a 13-9 win. It broke a 5-game losing streak to Tarboro, and the Steamers have one last chance to hop the River Bandits into first. It's their final game of the regular season. Now, they will play 2 exhibition games against the River Bandits to begin August, but those games will not count towards standings. Those games will be after everything's already been decided. Those will just allow the teams to keep playing while they most likely will get their bye for the first round of the playoffs. So a lot on the line tonight at historic Hicks Field, and it's the venue the Steamers want it to be in. The Steamers 1-5 when they go to Tarboro, but the teams are 2-2 when they match up here at historic Hicks Field. The Steamers with a lot on the line. They're going to the man that started opening night. Blake Gibson is on the mound for the Steamers. It's his 8th start of the season, and for Gibson, it's his 3rd now against Tarboro. He got a no decision in each of the first 2 games he's pitched against Tarboro. Gibson's thrown 35 innings this year, a 3-1 record, a 3.86 ERA. And he'll face James Moses at the top of the Tarboro order to begin the night. And the first pitch to Moses is a bit off the plate, and we're underway with the count 1-0. That one just misses off the outer part of the plate. 2-0. Alden Cottle over at third base on the infield grass. Moses always a threat to bunt as he'll take for a called strike. During the All-Star game, had a couple of Steamers up here on the broadcast, and as Moses led off the All-Star game, they all were quick to mention that he's a threat, swinging the bat and bunting the baseball as he'll take that one outside. Quickly 3-1. Moses did not have a hit against the Steamers for the first time all season back on Monday. He did reach with a couple of walks, but 0 for 4. The Steamers will certainly take that. Moses and Jarrett May have been a couple of the River Bandits that have really hurt them as Gibson gets a called strike to fill up the count. The 3-2. Moses lays off, and they check down at third. No swing. It's a leadoff walk for James Moses to start off the game for Tarboro. And that'll bring Hunter Mclean up to the plate now to face Gibson. For the Steamers, something they did well on Monday was they got out ahead. They've played from behind in many of these games against the River Bandits, and when they go to their lefties out of the bullpen with a lead, it's been very tough for the Edenton offense to work back into games. So they got out to a 6-1 lead on Monday, never looked back. And I think that's the style they're going to have to win with against these River Bandits. Hunter Mclean getting the start over at third base tonight for Tarboro. He was over at short the last time these teams played on Monday, thanks to a late scratch of Ty Barongo, the usual shortstop for Tarboro. He's not in the lineup again tonight. Kevin Jones making his first start over at short. As that one's down low, 2-0 the count. Hunter Mclean reached 3 times on Monday, went 1 for 3 with a couple of walks. One of 10 walks that A couple of 10 walks that the River Bandits drew that night as he'll pop that one up first base side. Jared Beebe over from first into foul territory, and it bounces up on the top of the fence and out of play. So the count will move to 2-1. Hunter Mclean hitting .256 this season, a .420 on-base percentage. He's been solid against the Steamers, 4 for his last 8 with a home run against Edenton. And Gibson again will throw over. I've mentioned it before, Blake Gibson and really the Steamers pitching staff as a whole not afraid to throw over. They got run on a lot earlier in the season. They've done a much better job of settling things down as of late. The 2-1. Swung on, chop fouled on the third base side, and the count will even up 2-2 to Mclean. Mclean, one of 14 All-Stars for the River Bandits this season. The Steamers had 15 All-Stars. They were on the same team on the South All-Star team back on Saturday here at Historic Hicks Field. As that one's across for a called strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Blake Gibson tonight, and it's out number 1 here in the first. That'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate now for Tarboro. And Gibson will throw over again. Jared Beebe has to leap off the bag to make that catch. So Beebe, we've seen him start over at first base the last few games. The River Bandits starting left-handed pitchers. So Coach Hill wanting to put as many right-handed bats in the lineup as possible. As that one's lined the other way, right at Chase Bruno, who will make the catch. He'll throw back to first, and they nearly double up Moses. Beebe unable to dig it out of the dirt. But the Steamers do get out number 2. Moses must have thought it was a hit off the bat because he was halfway to second base when Bruno made the catch at short. And Bruno heads up play to throw back behind him, but a bit low as Moses was able to get back in, and that'll extend the inning for Jarrett May, the league leader in home runs with 13, in RBIs with 30. He also went hitless the last time these teams played, but he did reach with 3 walks. As he takes inside, 1-0 the count. And even when he didn't get a hit, he was still able to bring in a run, a bases-loaded walk for May, and a 13-9 Steamers win on Monday. And that one's on the outside corner to May, 1-1 the count. May hitting cleanup in that DH spot where he made the All-Star game for the River Bandits. We've seen him in that DH spot all but one game this season. He was over at first base once. Liam McFadden-Ackman, the usual first baseman for Tarboro, is right back in that spot tonight. One and one the count to May. Gibson's got his sign. The pitch, it's fouled straight back. 1-2. Moses took off. He'll have to head back to first. Now Blake Gibson, he did have an inning and a third of relief in that game on Monday. Only the second time we've seen him used in relief this season. Both have been against Tarboro. And he didn't give up a run in that relief appearance. And he also struck out Jarrett May in the process. So a good matchup here to start this game. Here comes the 1-2 from Gibson. Outside, 2-2. Once again for Blake, it's his third start of the season against the River Bandits. The no decision in either one. The first one was one of his best games of the season. That was way back on June 7th. He threw 6 innings, allowed just 2 runs, but the River Bandits came back against the Steamers bullpen to win that game as Gibson continues to fire over on Moses. And the last start was here in July. He went just 3 2/3, allowing 4 runs. But it's the first start against Tarboro at home. The 2-2, called strike 3. Gibson went off speed, floated one right across. He strikes out Jarrett May, his second strikeout of the inning. And Blake Gibson starts off the first inning, retiring the River Bandits 3 out of 4. We'll head to the home half of the first here in Edenton with the game still scoreless. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers offense is set to come to the plate against Hazen Lancaster, the starter for the River Bandits. Lancaster started the last couple of games against the Steamers. A couple of starts ago, he went 6 innings, allowed no runs, but in his last start, he went 4 1/3 and allowed 3. So the Steamers have shown an ability to get to him a bit, but he's been solid for the most part this season. And a new leadoff man for the Steamers, Nate Paulson, up to the plate for Edenton. So foul that one away, 0-1. So we had seen Bryce Stevens in this spot for a good chunk of games. After Chase Bruno had led off most of the season, it was because of his on-base percentage. But now with Nate Paulson leading the team in on-base percentage at .479, he's earned the jump up here to the top spot. And he's still got Bryce Stevens behind him now. Again, Coach Hill told me once again he wants speed on the base paths, and he wants guys that can get on for Chase Bruno, who's hitting third tonight for the first time this season. As Paulson will foul that one down the third base line. Foul, 1-2 the count. For Lancaster this season, this is his third start of the summer. All have been against Edenton. He's thrown 20 innings on the mound. ERA of 3.6 as that one's down low. 2-2 to Paulson. But only 8 earned runs allowed this summer from Lancaster. He's been another solid left-hander on the mound for Tarboro. 2-2 to Paulson. He'll swing and hit it high in the air out to deep left field. Moving back is Dunn to the wall, and he'll make the catch on the warning track for out number 1. A long out number 1 for Nate Paulson. That'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate. And that'll bring Bryce Stevens up, playing second base tonight for the Steamers. And he'll take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Stevens started the last game at second, and he moved over to shortstop before the game ended. Chase Bruno had to leave the game after his first couple at-bats. That one's up high, 1-1. Something you can't quite see right now, Nate Paulson having an extended conversation with Chase Bruno in that on-deck circle. Saw 5 or 6 pitches from Lancaster trying to relay what he saw. 1-1 to Stevens. He'll wait on it, poke it the other way into right field for a base hit. The first hit of the night belongs to Bryce Stevens, and he's aboard with 1 out in the first. And that'll bring the aforementioned Chase Bruno up to the plate. Bruno for the first time this season hitting in this 3-hole. Once again, we had seen him lead off most of the year before being moved to that second spot. Lancaster from the stretch for the first time tonight puts it up high on Bruno. 1-0. They continue to stress getting guys on base for Chase Bruno. He leads the team in hits with 42 this season, hitting .336 through 30 games. He'll take that one down low. 2-0 to Bruno. Only had a couple of at-bats on Monday. Went 1 for 2. Scored a run in that one. A 13-9 victory for the Steamers that night. A 2-0. Floats off the plate. 3-0 now the count to Bruno. Mentioned that .336 average, also a 400 on base percentage for Chase. And he takes outside, ball 4. It got by the catcher Hoggard. Stevens put a little pep in his step on his way to second. He'll stop there. So the Steamers with the runners at first and second after Chase Bruno draws a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring up the man with maybe the hottest swing on the team right now, Jeremiah Boyd, up to the plate. Coming off a home run derby title back on Friday, hit 2 home runs in the game on Monday. He's knocked in 6 RBIs over his last 2 games, so he's feeling good. Hitting in that cleanup spot, the designated hitter tonight for the Steamers. Stevens takes off, so does Bruno. Throw to third is not in time. A successful double steal for the Steamers. They've got 2 in scoring position with just 1 out for Jeremiah Boyd. Steamers have stolen a lot of bases this season. For Stevens, that's now his 8th of the summer. Boyd will take that one a bit off the plate. Jeremiah Boyd with his 2 home runs on Monday tied him for the team lead with Tanner Thatch. Boyd a big swing and he'll foul it right back. For Boyd, he's hitting .287 this season, .360 on base percentage. He's knocked in 18 runs this season. That's now tied for second on the team as well. That's with Chase Bruno. Tanner Thatch also leads in that category with 23 RBIs. Boyd will take that one in the dirt. The count is 2-2 to Boyd. The umpire signals 2-2. The first pitch during the steal must have been a called strike because that one's up high. 3-2 now the count to Boyd. Three and 2 the count. The pitch. Boyd swings and misses for strike 3. Lancaster wins the battle, and it's out number 2 here in the first. That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate. And Hipp will take up high for a ball, 1-0. Jackson Hipp back in the lineup after not playing on Monday, after he had been tossed from the game prior, so he was unable to play on Monday. Back in right field for the Steamers, and he'll swing and miss at that one. 1-1 the count now to Hipp. Jackson Hipp hitting .295 this summer, a .357 on-base percentage. He's got a couple of guys out in scoring position with 2 outs in the first. Hipp will swing and miss at a pitch in the dirt. 1-2 the count. The Steamers had 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. Lancaster trying to work out of it and keep this game scoreless. From the windup, the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Lancaster and Hipp are ready. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Hazen Lancaster, his second strikeout of the inning. And the Steamers strand 2 in scoring position to end the first. We'll head to inning number 2 here at Historic Hicks Field, with this game all scoreless. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where we're yet to see our first run tonight. The River Bandits back up to the plate to face Blake Gibson on the mound for the Steamers. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Tarboro order due up, with Liam McFadden-Ackman leading things off, and he'll chop the first pitch over to third. Alden Cottle's got it. He'll throw to first in time for out number 1. That'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate now for Tarboro. Johnson was swinging a hot bat when these teams played on Monday. Went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. As that one's down low to begin the at-bat. He wasn't in the initial lineup, but when Tarboro was scratched due to an knee injury before first pitch, Johnson came into the ball game and did some very good damage, and he'll swing at the second pitch, send it high on the third base line. Hallstead moving in from left, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Davis Hallstead out in left field tonight. We've seen him a lot in right field, but with Jackson Hipp back in the lineup and hitting very well as of late, Davis Hallstead, he's been hitting well himself, so got to find a way to get all these guys into the order. So the idea was to get him out there. So 3 pitches into the inning, Blake Gibson's got a couple of outs, and he'll face Dane Hoggard, who will take for a called strike, 0-1. Hoggard catching tonight for Chase Heath, getting the night off for the River Bandits. And he'll chop that one over to third. Cottle, it went right between his legs, and it'll drift into left field. Nearly a 5-pitch inning for Blake Gibson. Instead, the River Bandits have a runner over at first with 2 outs. It's the first error of the night for the Steamers, and that'll bring Kevin Jones up to the plate. Jones playing shortstop tonight for the River Bandits. The Steamers have not seen Jones this season, added back on Monday, the final day to add players to the roster. Jones out of Lenore Community College. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. One of a few late additions for Tarboro as the season winds down. Tyler Thompson, a right-handed pitcher, and Leighton Dupree, another right-handed pitcher, were also added to the Tarboro roster on Monday. But it comes at the perfect time for Jones, with Barango yet to come back from his knee injury. So swing and miss at the 0-1. 0-2 now to Jones. Blake Gibson working through his second inning, yet to allow a hit to the River Bandits. With first place on the line, Steamers with one of their steadiest forces out there on the mound. The 0-2, and he tried to blow it by him. It's fouled off by Jones. Counter remain 0-2. Again, Blake Gibson made the very rare relief appearance on Monday, one of just 2 he's made this season. Both have come against Tarboro through a scoreless inning and a third. Maybe a bit of a warm-up for tonight. His first start at home against the River Bandits. That one's outside. 1-2 the count to Jones. Steamers have played Tarboro much better here as a whole. 2-2 against Tarboro at historic Hicks Field. 1-5 against the River Bandits at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. So Gibson checking up on Hoggart at first, but he's ready to go. 1-2 the count. The pitch floats up just a bit high. 2-2. Tried to end the inning the same way he ended it with Jarrett Maya. Looping off speed pitch. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Blake Gibson tonight. He's got another scoreless inning on the mound. We'll head to the home half of inning number 2 here at historic Hicks Field. Still looking for our first run of the night. The new 2022 Edenton Steamers merchandise is here. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up some of the brand new Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits still scoreless tonight. In a battle for first place, the team that wins this game will hold first place with just a few games left in the regular season. It's the final matchup with any meaning between the teams in the regular season. They just added a couple of games in August that will not count towards the standings, but with each of these teams set to get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, that would be on August 2nd. These teams don't want 5 or 6 days off before their first playoff game. That would be on August 4th in round number 2, so they're going to play a couple of games against each other to stay warm. But the seedings and the standings will be already set at that point. Alden Cotto leading off the second inning for the Steamers against Hazen Lancaster on the mound. The count's quickly 0-2 to Cotto. He'll swing and barely get a piece of it, foul it straight back. Count will remain 0-2. Cotto getting the start over at third base tonight for the Steamers. He'll leave that one outside, 1-2 the count. Cotto, another good game against the River Bandits on Monday. Went 1 for 4. He knocked in 3 more runs. As he'll poke that one towards the middle. Moving to his right is Hilton. His throw to first is in time for out number 1. That'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate now for the Steamers. For the second straight night, Beebe getting the start over at first base. It's actually the third straight night for Edenton. They've played the River Bandits in 3 straight games. They've gone all righty in 3 straight games. And Beebe will swing at the first pitch, pop it high on the first base line. Moving back from first is McFadden Ackman. And an underhand catch made by the right fielder, Harrison Johnson, as he narrowly avoids the fence. That's the River Bandits bullpen, an impressive underhand grab for out number 2. He was going all out and just held that left hand out there, and the ball fell right in. An impressive out number 2. That'll bring Case Kermode up to the plate now for the Steamers. Kermode catching and hitting 8th tonight in the Steamer lineup. And he'll take outside for a ball, 1-0. Case hitting .242 this season, .367 on-base percentage. He'll swing and loft that one, third base side foul territory. Moving over into foul territory is Mclean, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The Steamers offense goes down 1-2-3 here in their half of the second. We'll head to the third here at historic Hicks Field, with the River Bandits coming back to the plate. The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the team for the 2022 season. Venture Tours is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation. The owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where we've got just one hit between the Steamers and the River Bandits tonight. A battle for first place, a whole lot on the line. Each team throwing one of their best starters on the mound. You'd expect a pitching duel tonight after the team scored 22 combined runs against each other on Monday. A 13-9 Steamers win. That broke a 5-game losing streak against the River Bandits this season. It'll be 9-1-2 in the River Bandits order due up. Zeke Hilton will lead things off for the River Bandits. Hilton will take for a called strike, 0-1. Hilton over at second base tonight. He reached twice in the last game. He was hit by 2 pitches in that one. He'll swing through that one, 0-2 the count. Hilton 0 for his last 19 against the Steamers this season. As that one's inside, that one nearly got him. 1-2 the count to Hilton. Overall, Hilton hitting 162 this season, a .303 on-base percentage. And he leaves that one outside, 2-2. Hilton, the offense hasn't all been there for him this season, but it's been stressed time and time again. He's got a fantastic glove over there at second base that the River Bandits don't want to take out as he swings and misses over his last 20 against the Steamers for Blake Gibson. That's strikeout number 4 in the game and out number 1 here in the third. That'll bring James Moses up to the plate now for the River Bandits. He led this game off with a walk. He'll take for a called strike, 0-1. Now to Moses. Moses drew a couple of walks on Monday, so he's back to familiar territory tonight as he'll take outside, 1-1. That one will be chopped foul. 1-2 now to Moses. Moses hitting .412 this season, .537 on-base percentage. More than deserving all-star for the River Bandits out in center field. And he fights that one off the other way into left field. Halstead's going to come in and let it come down on a hop. It's the first hit of the night for Tarboro, the first hit of the game for Moses. And the River Bandits have a man aboard with just 1 out. Halstead, I think he had it in the back of his head. He could have laid out for it, but I don't think he wanted to risk it going by him and giving Moses any extra bases. So Moses stops at first. That'll bring Hunter Mclean up to the plate. Mclean will take for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Hunter Mclean struck out looking. His first time up tonight. So foul that one off to the right side and out of play, 0-2. So Gibson, he's been good from the stretch tonight. He's had a runner reach in each of the first 2 innings. Moses reached on a walk back in the first, and Hoggard reached on an error in the second. And as he's done with those 2, he throws over to first to try and keep everybody close. James Moses with a lot of speed over there at first. He scored a team-high 31 runs for the River Bandits this season, so he's always moving around the bases. Blake Gibson trying to shut that down. The 0-2's up high on Mclean, 1-2 the count. Mclean reached 3 times the last time these teams met. He had 1 for 3 at the plate, had a couple of walks in that game. Here comes the 1-2. Called strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Blake Gibson in the game, and it's out number 2 here in the third. And that'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate with 2 outs and a man over at first. Gibson's first pitch. Moses, a delayed steal thrown on to second is not in time. He barely got in ahead of the tag from Bryce Stevens. Moses puts himself into scoring position with 2 outs. It looked like he was unsure at first. He took a couple of steps, almost looked like a secondary lead, and then all of a sudden he took off. 1-0 the count to Tyler Dunn, who lined out on his only at-bat tonight. He'll swing and send that one the other way again. Halstead moving in, and he'll make the catch, running into the Steamers bullpen. A nice running grab for Davis Halstead. And he gets the final out to keep the River Bandits off the board. We'll head to the home half of inning number 3, still scoreless at Historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are coming up to the plate to face Hayes and Lancaster in the third. It'll be Davis Halstead leading things off, fresh off that running catch down the left field line to save a run. It'll be 9-1-2 in the Steamers order due up, with Halstead leading things off. He'll take outside, 1-0 the count. Halstead takes for a called strike, 1-1. Halstead hasn't had as many at-bats as most of the other guys that are usually in this Steamers lineup, but when he's been in, he has produced. In just 31 at-bats, hitting .452, 500 on-base percentage. And he's got a 2-1 count against Hayes and Lancaster. Halstead coming off a game, he went 2 for 4, had his second home run of the season here against Tarboro, as that one's outside. One of 2 extra base hits he had in that game. He had 3 RBIs overall. Three-one pitch, he swings at what would have been ball 4. That's strike 2, 3-2 the count. For Halstead overall this month, he's 6 for 12 against the River Bandits. And he'll foul that one away a bit late on it, but stays alive. 3-2 the count, trying to run up that pitch count of Lancaster on the mound. He's up to 34 pitches tonight. Blake Gibson on the other side's thrown 43 pitches through 3 innings. Halstead again waits on the off speed, able to foul it off. A nice at bat here for Halstead. Just 1 hit apiece for the River Bandits and 1 for the Steamers. The 3-2. Halstead takes, and a late called strike 3 call. And it's out number 1 here in the 3rd. May have caught the outside corner, but Halstead was a few steps down the line, and then that little toss strike 3 call came. As we're back to the top of the order, Nate Paulson up at the plate for the Steamers. He led off this game for Edenton. He'll fight that one the other way, and it's under the glove of Hilton at second. And into right field. It's the first error of the night for the River Bandits. And Nate Paulson's aboard with 1 out.
Number 2, Bryce Stevens.
Bryce Stevens up at the plate now for Edenton. He's got the only hit of the game for the Steamers. He'll swing and chop that one over to short. Could be 2. It's going to be a tough play for Jones. He doesn't get the out at second. It took a long time to get to Jones at short. Nate Paulson was able to get into second before the throw. And not even close to enough time to try a turn to first. So the Steamers hustle it out. They've got runners at first and second with 1 out for Chase Bruno. Chase Bruno walked his only time up tonight. Trying to get the Steamers out ahead of the River Bandits for the 2nd consecutive game. Lancaster from the stretch. Bruno will leave it outside, 1-0. Well, this is the scenario that Coach Hill wants for Chase Bruno. Men on base and speed on the bases. A lot of speed between Paulson and Stevens. The 1-0. Bruno takes it up high, 2-0 the count. Bruno 3rd on the team with 15 walks this season. Already drew 1 tonight, so he's out ahead in this at bat. And that one might have been around the same spot. 2-1 the count on a called strike. For Bruno, he's tied for 2nd on the team with 18 RBIs. He's got 2 men on here in the 3rd. And he'll take that one off the plate. 3-1 the count. We'll see if Lancaster throws him a pitch to hit, especially with Jeremiah Boyd on deck. So you take your chances and try and get Bruno to swing at a pitch out of the zone. From the stretch, the 3-1 coming from Lancaster. Outside, ball 4. Chase Bruno's walk for the 2nd time tonight, and the bases are loaded for the Steamers in the 3rd. And the Steamers will try and pay off these base runners this time as Jeremiah Boyd comes to the plate. And just as he made his walk, the River Bandits are going to have a walk out to the mound. Can't pitch around anyone at this point. No free bases. And they saw the damage that Jeremiah can do to this team back on Monday. Once again, if you didn't hear, Jeremiah Boyd, a pair of 2-run home runs that night. His first multi-home run game of the season.
Wear your baseball or softball jersey and get in for free.
So it's a quick visit on the mound as the River Bandits try and figure out how they're going to approach Jeremiah Boyd. Catcher Dane Hoggard will take the walk back behind the plate as Lancaster's ready. Jeremiah in conversation with head coach Justin Hill. And they seem ready to go. It's Nate Paulson over at third, Bryce Stevens down at second, and Chase Bruno over at first. And Boyd will take that one for a called strike, 0-1. Steamers had a similar situation in the first inning. They had two in scoring position, just one out, and struck out twice to end the inning. And Boyd will wait on that one. It's in for a called strike, too. Quickly 0-2 from Lancaster. He went off speed on the first two. We'll have to see what Jeremiah's expecting here on pitch number 3. Would they give Jeremiah Boyd a fastball in this situation? The 0-2. And he pokes it the other way. It's caught at first base by McFadden. Ackman will tag the bag for out number 3. An impressive double play turn from Liam McFadden Ackman to strand 3 on the bases for the Steamers as Boyd stands in disbelief. We'll head to the 4th here at Historic Hicks Field, still looking for our first run of the night. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where we've got a good one brewing here in Edenton. Scoreless through 3 innings between the Tarboro River Bandits and the Edenton Steamers. Jarrett May will lead things off for Tarboro against Blake Gibson on the mound for Edenton. And he'll foul the first pitch away, 0-1. Remember, a lot on the line tonight. The winner will move into sole possession of first place in the PCL with just 3 league games left for the Steamers, just 2 left for Tarboro. But with the disparity in games played, the Steamers playing a few more games in league play. They need to win all 3 of theirs to control their own destiny. With the River Bandits at 17 league games, the Steamers at 27. The 0-2 pitch down low, made in chase. Count moves to 1-2. Gibson struck out May, his only time at the plate tonight. It's 4-5-6, and the River Bandits order due up in the inning. The 1-2 to May. Swing and a high drive to left field down the line, and it's going to tail foul A long foul ball for Jared May that cleared the fence, and the count will remain 1-2. Jared May's hit the long ball a lot this season, leads the league with 13 home runs, and hit that one far enough, just not within the field of play, as he'll take that one inside. 2-2 the count. Blake Gibson's been one of the only guys to figure out Jarrett May as of late. Struck him out on Monday, and he's already struck him out once tonight, and he struck him out twice tonight. Jarrett May down swinging for the first out here in the fourth. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for Blake Gibson. He has been on point tonight. That'll bring Liam McFadden-Ackman up to the plate now for Tarboro. McFadden-Ackman will take a called strike, 0-1. He was over there at first base, made the nice double play on the line drive he caught, and tagged the bag to wrap up the third inning where the Steamers had the bases loaded. He'll ground that one hard on the third base line, just foul. And the count will move to 0-2. The River Bandits making some good contact in the inning, but hooking them to the left side and foul. McFadden-Ackman ground out his only time up at the plate tonight. He's behind 0-2 against Blake Gibson. Down in the dirt. Gibson tried to get him to chase. 1-2 the count. McFadden-Ackman hitting .347 this season, a .475 on-base percentage overall through 25 games played. Just a bit low, 2-2. McFadden-Ackman also went without a hit in the last matchup, but he did walk 3 times. He went 0 for 2 with 3 walks. River Bandits just 1 hit as a team tonight, and Gibson tries to quick pitch him there, and the pitch is outside, 3-2. We've seen Gibson try and do that a couple of times tonight and in that inning in a third of relief on Monday, where tries to catch the other team off guard, mixing up the speeds of his windup. Now this time he slows it down, and that one's down in the dirt, ball 4. So a full count walk for Liam McFadden-Ackman puts him on. It's the second walk of the night issued by Gibson. And that'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate. Johnson flew out in his only at-bat tonight against Gibson. He's got a runner over at first. A big hole on that right side. And he'll send it the other way, fouled on the third base side. 0-1 the count. With Jared Beebe covering first and Bryce Stevens hanging out around second. Johnson can pull one to the right side. It's almost certain to go into right field. That's where he had a couple of RBI singles on Monday. Knocked in 3 runs overall that night. He waits on it, fouls it down the first base line. 0-2 the count. Well, Gibson doing a good job of getting ahead of hitters. Got ahead of May, McFadden-Ackman, and now Johnson. It's up to 55 pitches on the night. The 0-2. Checked his swing. They check. And there's no one over at third to check it with, so they have to check with the umpire at second, and they say he didn't go. 1-2 the count. Man, that one was close from this angle for Johnson. But he keeps the at-bat going with the count 1-2. McFadden Ackman, not a big lead off first. The 1-2. Outside in the dirt. McFadden Ackman got pretty far off of the bag. They throw back behind him, and he's in safely. The count 2-2. Looks like he's trying to mess with Gibson on the mound, trying to make him think about the base runners. But it almost looks like he got a bit too far, but he's able to get back in before the throw from Kermode. 2-2 the count to Harrison Johnson. The pitch. Swung on, grounded over to second, past a diving Stevens. It was a hard hit ball to second base and had one hopped past the glove of Stevens. It's the second hit of the night for Tarboro. And that'll put runners at first and second with one out. Dane Hoggard up to the plate now for the River Bandits as Steamers shading in their double play defense with middle infielder shaded towards the bag. Hoggard will take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Hoggard reached on an error his only time at the plate tonight. It was a ground ball over to third base that got into left field. He's got Liam McFadden Ackman down at second and Harrison Johnson over at first. The 0-1, runners go. That one swung on and missed. Throw to third is a bit high. And sliding under the tag is McFadden Ackman. And the River Bandits have runners at second and third. And once again, Gibson up ahead, 0-2 in the count. The throw is a bit high to bring Cottle up into the air. And a big opportunity for Tarboro. Gibson's 0-2. Swung on, loped into center field for a base hit. It'll score at least one. Paulson's coming up throwing, and that'll hold the runner. And now the throw, they go down to second. That's not in time. Dane Hoggard advances to second on the throw home. And the River Bandits are on the board. It is 1-0 Tarboro. An RBI single for Hoggard. And the River Bandits still with two in scoring position. As Kevin Jones comes up to the plate. Gibson's got ahead 0-2 of every hitter in this inning. But the River Bandits have done a nice job battling back as that one's fouled off, 0-1 the count. Once again for Jones, a late addition to the River Bandits, made back on Monday. It's his first game with the team. Getting the start over at shortstop for Ty Barango. Gibson's 0-1 a bit outside, 1-1 the count. Hoggard's hit only the third of the game for Tarboro, but it puts them ahead 1-0. That one's up high, 2-1 the count. Gibson's been solid tonight, but a couple of good two-strike approaches from the River Bandits in the inning have kept this thing moving. Just one out recorded in the inning. That one's off the plate. 3-1 now the count to Jones. Jones hitting 8th in the lineup in his first game with Tarboro, trying to make a difference for his new team. The 3-1. Swung on, hit the other way, fouled on the first base side. That'll go over the fence and out of play. The count will fill up on Jones, 3-2. Gibson trying to limit the damage in a battle for first place tonight, trying to give his offense a chance to respond. The 3-2. Outside and in the dirt, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the River Bandits with one out in the fourth. It's the second walk of the inning issued by Gibson, his third of the game, and that'll bring Zeke Hilton up to the plate. Hilton 0 for his last 20 against the Steamers. He's got 3 men on and just 1 out. And he'll take a called strike, 0-1 the count. Hilton struck out swinging in his only at bat against Gibson tonight. That one's another off speed across for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 to Hilton. Gibson's 0-2. Swung on, chopped high over to third, over the head of Alden Cottle into left field for a hit. 1 run's home. Halstead's throw is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Zeke Hilton, and the River Bandits have a 3-0 lead. It's his first hit against Edenton in his last 21 at-bats, and it's a big one to put Tarboro ahead by 3. And now the top of the order's back up for the River Bandits with James Moses at the plate. Moses reached in both of his at-bats in this game. He shows Bunny, pulls it back on a pitch outside, 1-0. Moses walked to lead off the game. He singled back in the third. The River Bandits with 3 of their 4 hits in the inning. Moses will take on the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Moses has reached base safely in all but 1 game for the River Bandits. He extended that number tonight. The count's now 2-1 as he takes outside. The 7th hitter of the inning that Gibson has faced. The 2-1. Down low, 3-1 the count now to Moses. The all-star center fielder trying to keep the line moving for the River Bandits. He already gets on base at an absurd .537 percentage. And he's up that already tonight. The 3-1 pitch is taken for a called strike. 3-2. A long stare in from Gibson with runners at first and second. He's ready to go. The 3-2. Swung on, hit out towards right field, but it's right at Jackson Hip for out number 2. He'll make the catch and launch it all the way home. The runners don't advance, and there's 2 outs here in the 4th. Moses got a lot of that ball, but it went right at Jackson Hip. So 2 outs in the inning as Hunter Mclean comes to the plate. Mclean, one of the guys that Gibson's had success against tonight. He struck out looking twice in this game. He'll send that one high out towards left center field. Moving to his right is Nate Paulson, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The River Bandits put 3 on the board here in the 4th to take a 3-0 lead in the battle for first place. We'll head to the home half of inning number 4 in Edenton with the Clams trailing by 3. Every year, the Steamers are proud to have the opportunity to raise money for the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. On Friday, July 29th, the Steamers will wear special themed jerseys that will be auctioned off during the game. Proceeds will go towards the fight to strike out ALS. Catfish Hunter's a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher that lived just a short distance from historic Hicks Field and was even a host family for the Steamers organization in its inaugural year. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with ALS over 20 years ago. And the Steamers will continue to carry on his legacy and do their part to strike out ALS. We thank you for your support of this great cause. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field for the bottom half of inning number 4, with the Steamers trailing by 3 after Tarboro put up 3 runs in their half of inning number 4. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Steamers lineup due up in the inning. Jackson Hipp leading things off against Hayes and Lancaster. He has to step off to let James Moses get a couple steps deeper out in center field. Hipp leaves the off speed up high, 1-0. Steamers just 1 hit against Lancaster through the first 3 innings, but they have stranded a few runners already as Hipp will swing and miss. 1-1 the count. Steamers had 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. Back in the first, brought none home. They had the bases loaded with 1 out in the third and also couldn't bring anybody home. The 1-1. Hipp will swing and send it high out towards left center field. Moses moving back. He's under it in center, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Alden Cottle up to the plate now for the Steamers with 1 out in the 4th. He'll leave the first pitch from Lancaster down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Lancaster quickly into pitch number 2, and that one's lined on a couple of hops off the glove of Jones and into shallow left field. Alden Cottle's aboard. It's the second Steamers hit of the night. And we'll see if the Steamers can move some base runners around as Jared Beebe comes to the plate. As Lancaster moves back to the stretch, his pitch is up high on Beebe, 1-0. Jared flew out his only time at the plate tonight. He'll take the 1-0 down low, 2-0 the count. Steamers had a lot of free passes back on Monday when they faced the River Bandits. They walked 8 times. They've walked twice tonight. And they haven't had the hits to really make up for the lack of walks. Just 1 in this game as that one's outside. 3-0 now to Beebe. Or pardon me, now 2 hits after the hit from Alden Cottle. Trying to string a couple of them together. The 3-0. Inside ball 4. Jared Beebe works a 4-pitch walk. And the Steamers have runners at first and second with just 1 out. It's the 3rd different inning. The Steamers have put at least 2 on with 1 out. And it'll be Case Kermode up at the plate to try and pay things off. As Hoggard will go have a chat with his pitcher Lancaster on the mound for the River Bandits. Hoggard helped the Steamers organization out a bit in that last half inning. One kid in particular during the mascot race, Sam the Clam's head fell off as he was rounding first. Hoggard had the assist of picking up the head and giving it back to him. As Kermode lifts that one high into left field. Moving in from left is Dunn, and he collides with Moses. Dunn's able to make the catch. Moses seems to be feeling it a bit. Or Moses came over to make the catch. Dunn looks like the one slowly walking away, but nonetheless, it's out number 2 here in the 4th. And that'll bring Davis Halstead up to the plate. Halstead had all the big hits on Monday night. We'll see if he has another one in him tonight. With 2 men on and 2 out in the 4th. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, 0-1. Those big hits, it was a 2-run double and a solo home run for Halstead on Monday night. But the difference tonight, instead of out in right field, he's starting out in left. The 0-1's up and in, 1-1 the count. Halstead struck out on his only at-bat against Lancaster tonight. He'll take outside, 2-1 the count. Hey, the Steamers will take anything at this point. If it's a walk and they load the bases, it's a walk. But I have a feeling Halstead wants the chance to swing the bat in this situation. 2-1 the count. And he checks his swing, fouls it off to the right side. 2-2 the count. Steamers trying to avoid stranding 2 more runners. With Davis Halstead at the plate. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Outside, 3-2 the count. A confident eye from Davis Halstead as the count fills up. It's Alden Cottle down at second, Jared Beebe over at first. They'll both be off on the pitch. 3-2 the count to Halstead. The pitch. Swung on slow chopper down the third base line. Lancaster picks it up. He can't make the turn to first, and Halstead is safe. Everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded. Halstead made just enough contact. That was going to be a tough play for Lancaster, even if he was able to handle it well. It'll be the 3rd hit of the night for Edenton, and the bases are loaded for the top of the order. Nate Paulson up to the plate. Davis Halstead continues to find ways to get on base. Nate Paulson up to the plate. He's been one of the hottest hitters as of late for the Steamers. 0 for 2 tonight. And the first one comes across for a called strike, 0-1. Halstead's flown out Paulson's flown out and reached on an error tonight as Lancaster will step off. It's the 2nd straight inning the Steamers have loaded the bases. As Paulson takes in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Nate Paulson hitting .362 coming into tonight with a .479 on-base percentage. Still looking for hit number 1 in this game. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Some good speed on the bases as well for Edenton. It's Alden Cottle over at third who singled. Jared Beebe down at second who walked. And Davis Halstead at first who had an infield hit. The 2-1. Paulson doesn't swing. It's in the dirt again. 3-1 the count. A big pitch coming for Nate Paulson. Does Lancaster put it across, or does he risk Paulson chasing and risk walking the bases loaded? And he'll step off. A little extra time to think over this decision. 3-1 the count. The pitch floats across for a called strike. 3-2. A gutsy pitch from Hayes and Lancaster. Bases loaded. The runners will all be off on the pitch with 2 outs here in the 4th. And Lancaster will step off again. It's Paulson and Lancaster going back and forth in this at bat. Lancaster seems to have won all these battles so far tonight. The 3-2 swung on line, fouled on the left field line. Paulson got a lot of it, but sent it right into the Steamers' bullpen. Man, those base runners got a great jump too. They were flying with Lancaster going from the windup. So we'll do it again with the count 3-2. The runners will be off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Hayes and Lancaster, a massive strikeout to wrap up the fourth. His fourth strikeout of the night. The Steamers strand 3 more here in the inning. We'll head to inning number 5 at historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits ahead 3-0. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are trailing the River Bandits by 3. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the Tarboro lineup due up here in the 5th. Blake Gibson still on the mound for the Steamers as he gets called strike to begin the at-bat. Gibson working on his 3rd time through the Tarboro orders. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. Tyler Dunn at the plate is 0 for 2 tonight. And Dunn will swing and ground it the other way to Chase Bruno. He's got it at short. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. Blake Gibson's been solid against the middle of this order. The 2, 3, and 4 spots in the Tarboro lineup. 0 for 8 tonight. It was really the back half of the River Bandits lineup that was able to get to him in the 4th. Jarrett May up to the plate now for Tarboro. He'll take a ball inside, 1-0. May's 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of strikeouts against Gibson. So he'll take a called strike at the knees, 1-1. Blake also struck him out in a relief appearance on Monday, so Gibson's really had May's number as of late. 1-1, that's a high chopper over to third. Alden Cottle's got it. His throw to first is in time for out number 2. That'll bring Liam McFadden-Ackman up to the plate. McFadden-Ackman's reached once tonight. He walked back in the 4th. Eventually came around to score the first run of the game for Tarboro. One of 3 runs they put on the board in the 4th. He'll take the first pitch from Gibson outside. 1-0 the count. Gibson, that was his 84th pitch of the night right there. He's working through inning number 5 on the mound. He started this game as that one's inside. He's allowed 4 hits, 3 walks. He struck out 6 and allowed 3 earned runs. That one's down low, hops past Kermode. 3-0 now the count to McFadden-Ackman. That one's down low. McFadden-Ackman walks on 4 pitches. It's his second walk of the night. And the River Bandits have a man on with 2 outs in the 5th. That'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate for Tarboro. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single his last time up. He eventually came around to score as well. He'll take for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Gibson takes a peek over at first, and now he'll throw over there. McFadden-Ackman was only a step off the bag, but he's back in. Blake Gibson trying to make it through inning number 5 on the mound. The 0-1, fouled away by Johnson, 0-2. Harrison Johnson hitting .232 this season, .371 on base percentage, but he's hit the Steamers well as of late. 3 for his last 5 against Edenton. The 0-2, runner goes. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Blake Gibson in the game. He throws a scoreless 5th inning on the mound. So we'll head to the home half of the 5th here at historic Hicks Field. The Steamers still looking to get on the board. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are still looking to get some runs across. They trail 3-0 against the Tarboro River Bandits. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Steamers lineup due up here in the 5th. Bryce Stevens will lead things off. Hazen Lancaster still on the mound for the River Bandits. He's worked out of a ton of jams tonight. In the last 2 innings, the Steamers have loaded up the bases with just 1 or 2 outs. Were unable to bring anything home in those innings. They had 2 in scoring position back in the first inning with just 1 out, and were unable to score as well. Stevens out ahead 2-0 against Lancaster. Outside 3-0. Bryce moved back to the second spot in this lineup, still in front of Chase Bruno, trying to put some speed on the bases. He's 1 for 2 in this game. A single and a fielder's choice as he takes for a called strike, 3-1. Lancaster up near 75 pitches now in this game on the mound. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Bryce Stevens draws a leadoff walk. It's the 4th walk of the game issued by Lancaster. And the Steamers have a man aboard again And Stevens leads off the fifth.
Number 4, Chase Bruno.
Chase Bruno has reached on 2 of those 4 walks from Lancaster and walks in both of his plate appearances tonight. Bruno hitting third in the lineup for the first time this season. As Stevens is off and running, Bruno fouls it off the front of the Steamers' dugout on the third base side. 0-1 the count. The little 4.5-foot high brick wall in front of the Steamers' dugout that the players can all lean on. It's Bryce Stevens over at first, and he'll get back in on a throw over. An impressive catch from McFadden-Ackman at first. We've already seen him make a leaping catch tonight. Made a leaping grab on a Jeremiah Boyd line drive. It ended up being a double play to end a bases loaded threat. A good lead at first for Stevens. The 0-1. Outside on Bruno. 1-1 the count. All of a sudden, Chase, after those 2 walks, he's now third on the team with 16 walks this season. The 1-1. He waits on the off speed, pops it up first base side. McFadden-Ackman moving over from first. He'll watch it travel over the fence and out of play. 1-2 the count. Lancaster working from the stretch. Bruno at the plate, 1-2 the count. Swung on slow chopper to the right side. It's a long way for Hilton to go. He's got it. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. A nice play from Zeke Hilton as Stevens moves into scoring position, but he did get an out. Hilton was already shaded towards second base because of Bryce Stevens' speed, and he had to work all the way back towards first to get that ball. That'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate now to face Lancaster. The Steamers have another runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Boyd sends that one the other way into shallow right field. Moving in is Johnson from right. He'll make the catch. Stevens will just draw a throw towards third, and it'll be handled by Mclean over there. Stevens will hang at second. And there's now 2 outs in the 5th.
Right fielder McCollum starts in 19 Jackson Hill.
Jackson Hip at the plate now for the Steamers with 2 outs and Bryce Stevens down at second. Hip leaves that one down in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Jackson's 0 for 2 in this game. He's struck out and flown out in his 2 at-bats tonight. That one's up high, 2-0. It's the first game in a while for Hip because the last game he played was last Thursday. Then we had the All-Star break. Then he couldn't play on Monday. Then we were rained out yesterday. So he's back at the plate after an extended absence. He'll take that one for a called strike in the outside corner, 2-1. A big pitch from Lancaster. A 2-1. Another off speed comes across for a called strike. 2-2 the count to Hip. Lancaster started this game. He's working on his 5th scoreless inning. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Hip reaches out and just fouls it away to stay alive. The count remains 2-2. Hips knocked in 17 runs this season. Good enough for 4th on the team. Has a runner out in scoring position here in the 5th. The 2-2. Hips sends that one high down the line and left, going towards the wall. Dunn moving back, he leaps, and he can't make the catch. The ball's off the wall. Stevens comes in to score, and Jackson Hip is in with a double. A big 2-out RBI double for Jackson Hip, and the Steamers are on the board here in the 5th. It's 3-1. Dunn got right up against that wall in left field. He leaped and couldn't make the play as it bounced off that wall. And now Alden Cottle's up to the plate with 2 outs in the 5th. Cottles grounds that one to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Jones. He's got it. Throw across is in the dirt, and it is not in time. Cottle beats out the throw to first. And the Steamers have runners at the corners with 2 outs. The second infield hit of the night for the Steamers. It's the second hit for Alden Cottle. And that'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate. Steamers trying to produce with 2 outs here. They've already got 1 2-out RBI in this game. 47% of their RBIs this season have come with 2 outs. Now head coach Grant Crosby for the River Bandits going to have a chat with Lancaster. There is some throwing going on in the River Bandits bullpen. They've been burned against Jared Beebe before. He had a 2-run home run back on that Thursday night game in Tarboro. As Beebe just has 3 hits against the River Bandits this season, 2 of them have been home runs. And some fist bumps from Coach Crosby. He's going to leave Lancaster in the game. So Lancaster stays in to face Beebe. Jackson Hips over at third. Alden Cottles at first. The Steamers have already put a run across here in the 5th. Beebe swings, grounds it hard to third, but it's right at Hunter Mclean. Throw to seconds in time for the final out. The Steamers do get on the board here in the 5th thanks to an RBI double from Jackson Hip. But the River Bandits still hold a 3-1 lead as we head to the 6th. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino Day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85 and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. These Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips where you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2022 season. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got our first pitching change of the night. Blake Gibson's night is done as Gage Riddick comes into the game now for the Steamers. For Riddick, it's his 13th appearance of the season. He's thrown 16 2/3 innings on the mound, 2.70 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. And for Riddick, he pitched on that game Monday night in the 13-9 win over Tarboro through a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Struck out a couple in the inning, so Coach Hill going back to a guy who he's seen have some success against this River Bandits offense. And he'll be up against the bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9 for Tarboro due up here in the inning, with Dane Hoggard leading things off. Hoggard had an RBI single back in the fourth to put the first run across for Tarboro tonight. Catching tonight in place of Chase Heath, who's getting the night off for the River Bandits. So that one's off the plate as well. 2-0 the count. (3-0). Riddick into the game, relieving Blake Gibson, who went 5 innings on the mound, 4 hits, 4 walks, 3 earned runs allowed, and he struck out 7. Keeping his team in the ball game, an offense that stranded a lot of runs. Hoggard nearly swung 3-0. He checked his swing and didn't go. It's a 4-pitch walk for Dane Hoggard to lead off the inning. He's aboard for the second time tonight. And that'll bring Kevin Jones up to the plate. Jones starting at shortstop tonight. It's his 3rd plate appearance of the night. He'll take outside. 5 straight balls from Riddick to start the appearance. Jones has walked once for the only time he's reached tonight. He also struck out the other time as Riddick floats one across for a called strike, 1-1. Jones in his first game with the River Bandits this season. One of 3 guys they added on Monday, the deadline to add players to your team this season. 1-2 the count. And it makes sense with a lot of guys either heading back home, heading back to school. A lot of guys departing right before the postseason begins. So always good to be able to bring in guys before the season ends. Get more guys some reps as well. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Riddick fights back for out number 1, his first strikeout tonight. The second strikeout of Kevin Jones in this game is how to bring Zeke Hilton to the plate. Hilton, who had been 0 for his last 20 against the Steamers, had a 2-run single in the 3rd, and that's what splits us up right now in a 3-1 game. Hilton fights that one the other way. He's got a 2-hit game here in Edenton as he grounds that one into right field. And the River Bandits have 2 men on, just 1 out here in the 6th. The second hit of the night for Zeke Hilton. He's 2 for 3. Back to the top of the order for the River Bandits offense. The first time through for Riddick. It's James Moses up to the plate. With the corners in case of a bunt. Moses fouls back the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Moses 1 for 2 in this game with a single. He's also walked tonight. He's reached twice. But each time he was stranded out there on the bases. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Each team with 5 hits apiece tonight. 1 error apiece as well, but it's the River Bandits ahead 3-1. Dane Hoggard down at second, Zeke Hilton over at first. The 1-1 to Moses, he'll swing and foul it right back, 1-2. Moses, I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. 412 average, 537 on base percentage. Gets on base at a really impressive rate. 35 of his 40 hits this season have been for singles. A single here would help move things along. And now he'll call for time. Again, Gage Riddick onto the mound for his first inning of relief, trying to keep it at just a 2-run deficit for the Steamers. The 1-2. Moses lays off. It's outside. 2-2 the count. Moses will step back in with 2 men on. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swung on, fought off the other way, and foul over the Steamers' dugout. Count will remain 2-2. For Moses, he reached twice on 2 walks in the last game between these teams. He went 0 for 4 that night. A rare appearance without a hit. He's reached base safely in all but 1 game this season. The 2-2. And he'll check his swing, foul it off again, 2-2. That 1 game he didn't reach safely was actually here in Edenton. That was one of the 3 Steamers wins over the River Bandits this season. Back on June 23rd, a 4-2 win for the Steamers. Riddick's ready. The 2-2. Swung on, fought off the other way, into left field on a couple hops for a base hit. Halstead's got it. He'll throw to the cutoff man. Everybody advances 90 feet. And the River Bandits have loaded up the bases here in the 6th with just 1 out. Back-to-back hits for Tarboro, the 2nd hit of the night for Moses. That'll bring Hunter Mclean up to the plate now for Tarboro with 1 out in the 6th. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Mclean 0 for 3 in this game. He struck out twice and flown out. This is the part of the order that Blake Gibson had a lot of success with. That one's chopped off his foot, foul, 0-2. The 2, 3, and 4 guys in the River Bandits lineup tonight, a combined 0 for 9. Usually it's the other way, a very top-heavy River Bandits lineup. That's where a lot of their production comes from. 0-2 the count, the pitch. Up high, Mclean lays off, 1-2 the count. Riddick's ready. The 1-2. Up high again. 2-2 the count to Mclean. Hasn't reached tonight. He reached 3 times back on Monday. Had a couple of walks and a hit. With the bases loaded here in the 6th. Pops it up right field. Hit moving to his right. It might be deep enough. We'll see if Hoggard tags. He'll make the catch. Throw coming home. It's going to get cut off by Beebe. It's a sacrifice fly for Hunter Mclean, and the River Bandits go back ahead by 3. It's now 4-1 Tarboro. Good job by Mclean to just put it in play with less than 2 outs and the bases loaded. As Tyler Dunn will come to the plate for the River Bandits. They're going to check over at third just in case. The runner left early. Not sure if either umpire, not sure whose responsibility it was to check up over at third, as the second base umpire just pointed to the home plate umpire. So there's 2 outs here in the 6th. Tyler Dunn at the plate. He's 0 for 3 in the game. That one's up high, 1-0. Gage Riddick trying to work through his first inning of relief for Edenton tonight. That one's taken for a called strike. Hilton got pretty far down that third base line. Kermo gave him a look as he trotted back to third. The appearance tonight for Riddick, his 13th of the season. It's the most on the team by 2. Is that one a bit up high? Kermode again thought about looking down at third. 2-1 the count. It's Zeke Hilton at third and James Moses down at second. That one's fought off the other way into left field. Halstead moving in, and it's going to drop in front of him for a hit. 2 runs are going to score. It's a 2-run single for Tyler Dunn. And the River Bandits have put 3 across in the inning. It's now 6-1 Tarboro. The same score the Steamers went ahead the other night, 6-1. As Jarrett May comes to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. May pops it up behind home plate. Kermode near the net. He's going to run out of room. That's the count's now 0-1. It's the second 3-run inning of the night for the River Bandits, and just as the Steamers try and chip away, Tarboro extends their lead to the largest it's been tonight at 5. May will take that one down low, 1-1 the count. It's been an uncharacteristically quiet night for Jarrett May. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. The 1-1. He'll take that one down low, 2-1 the count. Remember this game, first place on the line in the Premier Collegiate League. The winner will take over that first spot with just a few games to go. For the Steamers, they have 3 league games remaining. For the River Bandits, they have just 2 after tonight. Steamers 3-7 against Tarboro overall this season. Each team primed to get that first round bye, but it'll be home field advantage throughout the entire postseason for first place. As that one floats in for a called strike on May, 3-2. So a lot to play for tonight. Still a lot of time left in this game. 3-2 the count. Dunn will be off from first on the pitch. Swung on foul to the right side, now to play by May, and we'll do it again at 3-2. May, the 7th hitter in the inning that Riddick has faced. Coming in relief of Blake Gibson. Dunn's off, the 3-2. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. Nice at bat here for Jarrett May, trying to keep the inning alive for Tarboro. They've already got 3 on the board in the inning. The 3-2. Out in front, swing and a miss. Gage Riddick strikes out Jarrett May to wrap up the sixth. It's May's third strikeout of the night. But the River Bandits strike again here in the sixth. 3 more on the board for Tarboro. It's a 6-1 lead as we head to the home half of inning number 6. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign him up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. A pitching change now for the River Bandits as Jared Davis, the former Steamer, is into the game for Tarboro. For Davis, it's his first appearance out of the bullpen this season. He had started in all 6 of his prior appearances, and he'll face Case Kermode to lead off the inning. Davis leads the River Bandits with 41 innings pitched. That is 18 more innings than the next closest River Bandit. He's got a 4.17 ERA, and he's ahead 0-2 on Case Kermode. It'll be 8-9-1 in the Steamers' order due up here in the 6th, with Kermode leading things off. That one's outside, 1-2. Davis relieving Hazen Lancaster, went 5 innings, allowed 1 run on 5 hits and 4 walks. He also struck out 4. Kermode waits and fouls that one away, keeps the count 1-2. And Kermode swings and misses for out number 1. The first strikeout for Jared Davis. And that'll bring Davis Halstead up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had an infield hit his last time up. Davis quickly working. He's ahead 0-1 against Halstead. Right back up there. Here he goes. The 0-2 is across off the plate, 1-1. Davis has only pitched against the Steamers once this season as he's ahead 1-2 on Halstead. That was in Tarboro. He started, went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs on 10 hits. He struck out 6 as Halstead fouls that one away. Halstead's ready. Here's the 1-2 from Davis. Checked his swing. It was down low. They said he went. First strike 3. The first base umpire said he went around, and that's 2 outs here in the 6th. Back-to-back strikeouts for Davis to begin the inning. And that'll bring the top of the Steamers order back up to the plate. Nate Paulson steps into the box. He'll swing and line that one high out towards right center field. Going towards the gap. That ball's going to get down to the wall for a hit. Paulson heading to second. He'll stop there, standing up. It's a 2-out double for Nate Paulson to put a man in scoring position. It's the first hit of the night for Nate Paulson. That's his team high 11th double of the season. And that'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate. As Davis moves to the stretch for the first time. Stevens will take for a called strike, 0-1. Stevens has reached twice tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Paulson will take off. Stevens will ground that one towards third and foul. 0-2 the count. So now there will be a meeting down at the mound with Davis. So now that's Chase Heath behind the plate. He came in for Dane Hoggard. His night is done. Heath didn't start this game. He'll be due up in the next inning for Tarboro. The 0-2. Stevens gets it off the other way, out towards right field. Johnson is under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The Steamers leave another runner out in scoring position to end the 6th. We'll head to the 7th at historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits up by 5. Edenton IT has all your repair needs. Another cracked phone screen, they've seen it. A computer virus has taken over, they've battled it. Password recovery needed, they've got you. In dire need of family filtering? Well, every family needs that. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 or visit them online at edentonit.com. Nobody likes to strike out by missing a Zoom call, losing data, or having a broken computer. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 for all your computer service needs, or visit them downtown at 203 South Broad Street in downtown Edenton. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got another pitching change for the Steamers. Nicky Wolking into the game. For Wolking, it's his 3rd relief appearance of the season, his 2nd against Tarboro. And he'll take over for Gage Riddick, who went an inning on the mound and allowed 3 runs back in the 6th. So Wolking will try and settle things down against a Tarboro offense that's had a couple of good innings tonight. They've had 3 different 3-run innings. One against Blake Gibson and one against Gage Riddick. His first pitch is a called strike to Liam McFadden-Ackman, leading off for Tarboro. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the River Bandits order coming to the plate here in the 7th. McFadden-Ackman 0 for 1, but he's reached twice with a couple of walks. He'll line that one on one hop into left field past a diving Chase Bruno. It's a leadoff single for Liam McFadden-Ackman, his first hit of the night. The River Bandits have a man aboard with nobody out. For Nicky Wolking, this is his 10th appearance of the season. He leads the team with 43 1/3 innings pitched, 3.95 ERA. Leads the team with 40 strikeouts as well. This pitch to Harrison Johnson misses for a ball, 1-0. Johnson 1 for 3 at the plate tonight with a single. He struck out his last time up. He'll swing and miss at that one, 1-1 the count. All three of Johnson's prior at-bats came against Blake Gibson. Started this game with the first 5 for Edenton, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits and 4 walks. He'll sky that one the other way down the left field line. Hallstead will give it a chase towards the line, and he'll run out of room as it drops foul past the Steamers' bullpen in left field. So 1-2 now the count to Harrison Johnson. Steamers know how much is on the line tonight. This is their 3rd different pitcher used. The winner of this game moves into first place in the Premier Collegiate League with just a few games left in the regular season. 1-2 pitch called, strike 3. Johnson's down looking for out number 1 here in the 7th. It's the first strikeout for Wolking. It's the 2nd strikeout of Johnson in the game. That'll bring Chase Heath to the plate for the first time tonight. He came in the last half inning to catch. He came in for Dane Hoggard. Heath's hit the Steamers well, but overall hitting .378, a .429 on base percentage. So another solid hitter in this Tarboro lineup. I got the first 5.5 innings off before catching for Jared Davis in the 6th. The 0-1, he'll send that one high out towards left field. Halstead out towards the wall, looking up, and that ball's off the wall. Halstead will get it in quickly. And advancing only 1 base from first is McFadden-Ackman. So the River Bandits have runners at first and second with just 1 out. A long single for Chase Heath. Halstead played it well off the wall, but he didn't turn around until towards the end. Maybe that's what held McFadden-Ackman up. As Kevin Jones is up to the plate for the 4th time tonight. And he'll take a called strike, 0-1. Jones 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's also reached on a walk in the game. Jones will chop that one over to third. Could be 2, and it gets through the hole on the left side for a hit. Cottle stretched out, and it got in between him and Chase Bruno. And everyone moves ahead 90 feet. The River Bandits have loaded the bases again. It's the first hit of the night for Kevin Jones. 3 singles in the inning. It has men at first, second, and third for Tarboro with 1 out. Zeke Hilton at the plate now for Tarboro. He's had a productive night. 2 for 3 at the plate with a couple of RBIs. He's got a chance to add on to that total here. Hilton will take for a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Wolking working from the stretch. Hilton will fight that one off the other way down the first base line. Beebe from first running. It'll be caught on a sliding play by Bryce Stevens. It allows a run to come home on a sac fly, but an impressive play from Stevens. That ball looked like it was going to drop fair. So the River Bandits do put another on the board on the sac fly. It's 7-1. That was an impressive play by Bryce Stevens, coming all the way from second to make a sliding catch along that right field line. That's the third run knocked in by Zeke Hilton tonight. He came into the game with 9 RBIs this season. And the River Bandits back to the top of the order. It's James Moses in a 7-1 game. He'll take for a called strike, 0-1. Good night for Moses, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He's also added a walk. That one just misses outside. 1-1 the count. So it's Chase Heath down at second, Kevin Jones over at first for Tarboro. And now Wolking will step off. Trying to keep the deficit at just 6. Now he'll have a meeting with Case Kermode, and Wolking meets him halfway as they begin their chat. 10 hits in the game for Tarboro, 7 runs on the board. It's the third different inning they've scored against the Steamers tonight. The Steamers had played the River Bandits better at home this season, 2-2 in 4 matchups, as opposed to 1-5 when they travel out to Tarboro to face the River Bandits. Got the win here on Monday night, but trailing by 6 here tonight, with the River Bandits still threatening in the 7th. Moses ahead 2-1 against Nicky Wolking. That one's fouled to the left side and out of play, kind of leaving up 2-2 to James Moses. Moses, the 6th batter that Wolking has faced in the inning. Justin Hill, the head coach of the Steamers, looking for any formula that'll work against this River Bandits offense. The 2-2 outside, count fills up to Moses. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. They'll be off on the pitch. A long stare in from Wolking. He's got his sign. The 3-2, and he'll turn around and keep Heath close at second. Wolking's ready. The 3-2. Moses swings and fouls off a pitch that looked like it almost would have hit him. And the count remains 3-2. The 3-2. Swung on, hit high out towards right field, moving back his hip towards the wall. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. The River Bandits add another here in the 7th thanks to a sac fly from Zeke Hilton. We'll head to the home half of inning number 7 here at Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers down by 6. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field as the Steamers offense looking to make a dent into this Tarboro lead. Chase Bruno will lead things off for the Steamers. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Steamers against Jared Davis on the mound for his second inning of relief for the River Bandits. And Bruno takes down low. 1-0 the count. Chase has reached twice tonight on a couple of walks. He grounded out his last time up to the plate. He'll ground that one over to third. Mclean's got it. His throw to first is in time for out number 1. Now, the Steamers have stranded a lot of runners. They've got a lot of runners on base, but that's the 6th time out of 7 chances that the leadoff man has not reached for Edenton. So starting a lot of innings with 1 out. As Jeremiah Boyd comes up to the plate to face Davis, he'll take a called strike. 0-1 the count. Boyd swings and misses quickly. 0-2 to the quick-working Davis. Jeremiah 0 for 3 at the plate tonight as the Steamers' designated hitter. The 0-2. Swung on, chopped over towards third. Mclean sprinting in. His throw to first is in time for out number 2. Jared Davis has worked quickly and hasn't been beat very much. Nate Paulson had a double against him, but it's really the only hard-hit ball the Steamers have had in the 2 innings that Davis has been on the mound. Jackson hip to the plate. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch, 0-1. Hip responsible for the only run the Steamers have brought across tonight at an RBI double back in the 5th as he'll swing and miss at that one. 0-2 the count now to hip. That one just misses inside. Nearly came back across. 1-2 now to hip. Davis only at the 21 pitch mark. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch away. Jared Davis, his 3rd strikeout in 2 innings of relief. He's wrapped up 2 scoreless relief innings as we'll head to the 8th here at Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers still trailing by 6. Who's ready to rock? The first annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 24th. We'll welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at Historic Hicks Field. Starting at 4 p.m. that afternoon, PB&J will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 6 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 8. Advanced tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rockin' event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got another pitching change for the Steamers. Cole Bates into the game as the fourth pitcher of the night for Edenton. Bates, it's his 12th game of the season. He's thrown 16 innings, a 1.13 ERA. He's allowed just 2 earned runs all season, and he'll face the top half of the River Bandits order. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up to the plate, with Hunter Mclean leading things off. Cole Bates has been reliable out of the bullpen this season. Actually got to start the All-Star game here on Saturday. Struck out the side in his only inning. So he had a quick chat with Case Kermode there before the inning begins. It's been all Tarboro up to this point. They've had 2 different 3-run innings. They added another in the 7th to get out ahead by 6. First pitch to Mclean is inside, 1-0. Mclean 0 for 3 at the plate, but he's added a sac fly in his last at bat. He'll swing and miss at that one. 1-1 the count. One of 2 sac flies the River Bandits have tonight. Getting the job done with men on base. It's been the story of the game tonight. That one's up high. 2-1 the count. For the Steamers, they've left 9 men on base in this game. They've got 6 hits, just 1 run to show for it. The River Bandits, 10 hits. They've got 7 runs to show for it as Mclean will foul that one away to the right side. 2-2 the count. Cole Bates, his last appearance was a 1-2-3 9th inning save against the Norfolk Redbirds. Leads the team with 4 saves this season. As Mclean sends that one high in the air out to left field. Hallstead's going to watch it fly over the Teal Monster. That one is gone for Hunter Mclean. A solo shot for Mclean, his 3rd home run of the season, and he puts the River Bandits ahead 8-1. It's the first home run of this game between the teams. The team that's won the home run battle in this season series is 6-1. And more often than not, that's been the River Bandits who hold the 7-3 season series lead this season. As Tyler Dunn comes to the plate now for Tarboro, and he'll swing at the first pitch and miss. 0-1 the count. Dunn had a 2-run single his last time at the plate. He'll send that one the other way, fouled on the third base side. 0-2 the count. That single for Dunn was the first hit of the night for him. He's 1 for 4 in this game. The 0-2. Swung on, floated out to center field. Drifting back is Paulson. He's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate, and in a surprising turn of events, the only River Bandit not to reach base tonight. May's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts in this game. He'll pop that one up behind home plate and foul. 0-1 the count. Bates, the 3rd different pitcher that May has faced tonight. He went 0 for 3 against Blake Gibson And he struck out in his only at-bat against Gage Riddick. He'll send that one high down the left field line and foul a long way for strike two. He was out in front of that one. It's the second time he's done that tonight. He's absolutely crushed a foul ball to the left side. But now he's behind 0-2 against Cole Bates. Bates is ready. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Cole Bates went off speed. That's the fourth strikeout of the game for Jarrett May. And it's out number 2 here in the 8th. So 2 down in the 8th inning. That'll bring Liam McFadden-Ackman up to the plate. McFadden-Ackman's been efficient with his plate appearances. He's reached 3 times, 1 for 2 hitting, and he's also walked twice. He'll swing at the first pitch and foul it off to the right side. 0-1. Now to the all-star first baseman. Eleven hits in this game for the River Bandits. 8 runs on the board in the battle for first place. That one's outside, 1-1. The winner of this game will take sole possession of first place with just a few games left in the regular season. For the Steamers, they have 3 league games remaining after tonight. For Tarboro, just 2 league games remaining. 1-1 pitch is on the inside corner, 1-2 the count. Bates is ready. The 1-2. Down in the dirt, 2-2 the count. For Bates, he's now only allowed 3 runs this season. They've all come on home runs against Tarboro. Jarrett May had a 2-run home run against Bates. And now Hunter Mclean adds one here tonight. The 2-2. Swung on line into left center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Nate Paulson will cut it off before it gets to the track. McFadden-Ackman heading for second. He's in there standing up. It's the second hit of the night for Liam McFadden-Ackman, his first double of the game. And the River Bandits have a man out in scoring position with 2 outs. This team just continues to swing the bat. Hit number 12 for Tarboro. And that'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate now for the River Bandits. It's not too much different of an offensive showing from Tarboro than it was on Monday night. They scored 9 runs in that game, but the difference was the Steamers scored 13. Tonight they've got just 1. Johnson swings and misses, 0-1 the count. That one's up and away, 1-1. Now the offensive showing for Tarboro, not much of a surprise. This is the 7th consecutive game against the Steamers where they've scored at least 6 runs. So the Steamers have really needed to rely on their offense in these matchups, because the Tarboro lineup continues to rake as that one's fouled straight back. 1-2 now the count to Johnson. Johnson 1 for 4 in this game. He struck out a couple of times and singled. The 1-2, McFadden-Ackman's off and running. That pitch in the dirt, throw to third is not in time. McFadden-Ackman steals third, so he's just 90 feet away with the count 2-2. Johnson knocked in 3 runs the other night against the Steamers. He's got an opportunity to bring in a potential run tonight with his team already ahead by 7. Two. That one's hit high out towards shallow left field. Moving in from left is Hallstead. He'll call off Bruno, and he'll make the catch for the final out. The River Bandits add another here in the 8th. A solo home run from Hunter Mclean makes it an 8-1 ball game. We'll head to the home half of inning number 8. The Steamers down by 7. Well, fans, summer's here, and you know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac Buick GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers trail by 7 here in the 8th. Alden Cottle swings and misses at the first pitch he sees, 0-1 the count. It'll be 6, 7, 8 in the Steamers' order due up against Jared Davis, who's on the mound for his 3rd inning of relief for Tarboro. The former Steamer has rolled against Edenton tonight. He's out ahead 2-0. He's allowed just 1 hit through his 2 innings, struck out 3. And that one's a bit outside on Cottle, 1-2. Davis came in to relieve Hazen Lancaster, who started this game for the River Bandits, went 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, walked 4, and just 1 run. And he strikes out Alden Cottle. It's the 4th strikeout of the game now for Davis, and it's out number 1 here in the 8th. That'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate now for the Steamers, still in search of his first hit tonight. 0 for 2 in the game. He's added a walk for the only time he's reached base. So that one's inside, 1-0. Davis continuing to work at an electric pace on the mound. He gets the ball. He's right back up and ready to go as Beebe skies that one to the first base side, aiming towards the fence. And McFadden-Ackman from first will have to watch that one drift over the fence as the count will even up 1-1. A lot on the line tonight. It was the battle for first place. The winning team would take over first with just a few games left in the regular season. Right now, the River Bandits in firm control, ahead by 7. Beebe will chop that one over to third. It's handled by Hunter Mclean. His throw to first in time, and it drew McFadden-Ackman off the bag. It was in time, but it pulled him off the base. Jared Beebe was hustling down the line, and he'll reach on the 2nd Tarboro error of the game. And that'll bring Case Kermode up to the plate. So for the playoffs in the Premier Collegiate League, all 6 teams will make the postseason. The first 2 seeds will earn a bye in the first round of the playoffs. That would be on August 2nd. So most likely it'll be the 2 teams on the field tonight, with the 4 teams from Virginia playing a doubleheader at Lakewood Park on August 2nd. And then round 2 begins on August 4th, and the 2 teams that got the first round bye will then host a playoff game as Kermode pops that one up to the right side, foul territory, bounces into the River Bandits dugout out of play. So once again, most likely you'll see Tarboro and Edenton both hosting a playoff game on August 4th. And then the highest seeded team remaining will host the championship game on August 6th. So the Steamers, they've had a lot of success against those Virginia teams. They've lost just 2 games to those teams. They haven't lost to one of the teams from Virginia in over a month and a half. It was June 14th was the last loss. So you're expecting you'll get there, and you're expecting you'll be matched up with these River Bandits. That's why that first seed's so important. It's who will host that potential championship game. As that one's out on Kermode, 1-2 the count. And the big difference, as Jeremiah Boyd alluded to it in the post-game interview on Monday, it's a lot different playing here compared to Tarboro. The Steamers 1-5 at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. They're 2-2 against the River Bandits here at historic Hicks Field, as Case Kermode's down swinging to wrap up the 8th inning. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Jared Davis. Pardon me, that's just out number 2 in the inning, as Davis is up to 5 strikeouts. Davis Halstead up to the plate now for the Steamers with a runner over at first and 2 outs. He'll take the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Halstead 1 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. Struck out his only time against Jared Davis in this game. He'll slowly punch that one to the first base side and foul. 0-2 the count. Jared Davis just filling up the zone against the Steamers. 32 pitches, 26 strikes. Continues to fire the ball past the Steamers, who only have 1 hit against him in what's been 2 2/3 of relief. The 0-2 pitch way outside. There's a ball from Davis. 1-2 the count. Nobody warming up for the River Bandits in their bullpen. You'd presume it's Davis's game the rest of the way, as Halstead fouls off and off speed. 1-2 the count. Davis hitting 9th in the order for Edenton tonight, moving over to left field from his usual spot out in right. He had been in right on Monday when these teams played. That was the game Jackson Hiff was ineligible to play in, and now with hit back and Davis hitting the ball well, he takes over left field. 1-2 pitch, he'll send that one high into the air. James Moses moves to his left and center. He's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. 8 innings in the books here at historic Hicks Field. It's the River Bandits with a commanding 7-run lead as we head to the 9th. The Edenton Steamers are the greatest show in town. How can we make that any better? Throw in some fireworks. We have 1 fireworks show scheduled for the remainder of the summer. You can catch this show on Saturday, July 30th. Mark your calendars and we'll see you at the ballpark. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers trailing by 7 to the Tarboro River Bandits, and they've got another pitching change on the mound. Pitcher number 5 of the night for Edenton is Tyrus Bumgardner. For Bumgardner, it's his 9th appearance of the season. He's thrown 12 2/3 innings on the mound, a 4.97 ERA for Tyrus. He'll take over for Cole Bates, who threw the last inning of relief for the Steamers. Tyrus will have the 7, 8, 9 spots in the order for Tarboro, with Chase Heath leading things off. Heath came into this game late. He came in for Dane Hoggard back in the 6th, and he singled in his only at-bat. And that one's down low, 1-1 the count. Bumgardner very familiar with these River Bandits. This is now his 5th appearance against Tarboro this season in 11 meetings overall. It's his first game on the mound since July 11th. One is chopped foul on the third base side. 1-2 now the count to Heath. His last appearance on July 11th, he threw a scoreless 2/3 of an inning to get a save against the Greenbrier Knights. That was the game that Nicky Wolking threw 8 1/3. Got the win that night. That one's down low, 2-2 the count. Steamers will have 3 games left in the regular season after tonight. 3 games that count at least. 2 against the Norfolk Redbirds in the next 2 nights here at home. And they wrap things up against the Suffolk Voyagers on Saturday night at home. 2-2 pitch outside, 3-2. But there will be a couple of games that have been added in August, as it's almost a given that once again these teams will get that first round bye. So there's 2 games between these teams in August that do not count in the standings. One here on August 1st and one in Tarboro on August 2nd. That's popped up into the Steamers dugout by Heath. The count will remain 3-2 as Case Kermode a bit shaken up after that swing. Bit of a break as Kermode's ready to go. Chase Heath waiting for the 3-2 from Bumgardner. The River Bandits scored 3 in the 4th inning to take the initial lead. The Steamers got one back in the 5th, but it's been 5 unanswered runs from the River Bandits since then. Alden Cottle with a nice scoop at third on a grounder from Heath, and he'll make the throw in time for out number 1. That'll bring Kevin Jones to the plate for the 5th time tonight, as Tyrus Bumgardner looking to become the first Steamer tonight to not allow a run. The 4 before him all allowed at least 1. Blake Gibson allowed 3 through 5 innings. And Gage Riddick, Nicky Wolking, and Cole Bates all through an inning apiece, allowing 1 or more runs. The count 1-0 to Kevin Jones. He'll foul that one off of his leg. 1-1 the count. So again, for Jones, his first game of the season with Tarboro, he's 1 for 3 at the plate. He's also added a walk. Playing over at shortstop for the injured Ty Barongo. 1-1, Jones will chop that one down the third base line and foul. 1-2 the count. Bumgardner continues to try and get his grip a little bit better. Keeps shaking his hand, grabbing at the ground as that one's down low. 2-2 the count. Once again, this is the 11th matchup between these two teams, the most of any opponent the Steamers will face this season. As that one's down low, 3-2. This was supposed to be the 4th straight matchup between the teams, but the game yesterday that was scheduled to be in Tarboro was rained out. So those games on August 1st will count in the standings but will not be included in tournament seeding. From the man at the top of the chain, Commissioner Dooley, is that one's ball 4. And the River Bandits have a runner over at first with 1 out. So the tournament seeding, the playoff seeding in the first week of August will be based on the league standings at the end of games Saturday. And that Saturday game for the Steamers will be against the Suffolk Voyagers to be one of the final games here at home. And they will be at home on August 1st against the River Bandits. Zeke Hilton went to show bunt, pulled it back. That ball got by Kermode. And Jones will move down to second. Bumgardner continuing to try and find that grip on the mound. The 5th different pitcher used by the Steamers tonight. Zeke Hilton at the plate. He's had a good night for Tarboro. He'll chop that one back and foul, 1-1. Hilton 2 for 3 with a 2-run single. He's also added a sac fly to his night. 3 RBIs for Hilton against the Steamers. Bumgardner from the stretch. The 1-1 is chopped foul on the third base side. 1-2. Good to see Tyrus back there on the mound. Once again, had that 16-day layoff since his last appearance. One of 3 Steamers from West Virginia State University. One of them being out in center field right now, Nate Paulson, and the other being Cameron Lewis, who missed a bit of time due to an injury, but he's healthy and ready to go whenever he gets the opportunity. So that one gets by Kermode as well, and Jones will advance 90 more feet from second to third as the count's now 2-2 to Zeke Hilton. It's been even longer since we've seen Bumgardner's college teammate Cameron Lewis. Last pitched on June 16th and again was injured for a bit, but he's healthy, and whenever he gets the opportunity, he'll be ready to go. 2-2 to Hilton. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Tyrus Bumgardner gets his first strikeout of the night, and it's out number 2 here in the 9th. And that'll bring the top of the order for the River Bandits back up for the 6th time tonight. James Moses up to the plate. It's been a good night for Moses, as it's been for most of the River Bandits in this game. He's 2 for 4, and he's added a walk. He'll leave the first pitch outside, 1-0 the count. Bumgardner, the 4th different pitcher that Moses has faced tonight. He'll take that one for a called strike, 1-1. Against Blake Gibson, Moses went 1 for 2. He went 1 for 1 against Gage Riddick and 0 for 1 against Nicky Wolking. Bumgardner's 1-1. Swung on, fouled straight back, 1-2. Bumgardner's starting to get a feel now. Once again, trying to be the only Steamer tonight to pitch and not allow a run. He's got a 1-2 count with James Moses, the leadoff man. The pitch. Inside, 2-2. Again, the Steamers have used now 5 pitchers tonight. The River Bandits working on just 2 with Jared Davis, who came in relief of Hazen Lancaster through the first 5 innings. Davis most likely to come out for the 9th with nobody in the bullpen right now for Tarboro. That one's foul tip into the glove of Kermode. Tyrus Bumgardner gets 2 strikeouts in the inning and throws a scoreless 9th inning for the Steamers. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th here in Edenton. The Steamers have a lot of work to do, trailing by 7. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field for the bottom of the 9th inning. As the Steamers trail by 7 to the Tarboro River Bandits. Jared Davis still on the mound for his 4th inning of relief for Tarboro. So we're back to the top of the order for Edenton. Nate Paulson up to the plate. Paulson's got the only hit against Davis tonight. That was an opposite field double out to right center field. The 2-0. Cross at the knees for a called strike. 2-1 to Paulson. Nate's 1 for 4 in this game with that double. He'll send that one high in the air out towards left field. Moving back is Dunn. Is back at the fence. He'll take a step in and make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate with 1 out here in the 9th. Stevens has reached a couple of times. He's 1 for 3. He's also added a walk. The Steamers desperately try to figure out Jared Davis. And Stevens will send that one high and foul on the first base side, 0-1. Davis just joining a long line of Tarboro pitchers that have had good success against the Steamers this season. The 0-1 a bit inside, 1-1 the count. We're used to seeing the same couple of faces out of the Tarboro bullpen with the lefty Connor Vukovic, the righty Landon Higgerson, another righty in Jay Bullock. But tonight we got the man that's started every game up to this point that he's pitched in. Count 1-2 to Stevens. He'll ground that one over to short. Jones is down on it. His throw to first is down low. Dug out by McFadden Ackman for out number 2. The Steamers down to their final out as Chase Bruno comes up to the plate here in the 9th. Chase Bruno 0 for 2 in this game. He's reached on a pair of walks. It's his second time against Jared Davis tonight. And he pops that one foul, 0-1. Davis has retired the last 10 Steamers that he's faced. Trying to wrap up this game with number 11 against Chase Bruno. He'll take that one a bit high. I think Heath got crossed up a bit there. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. Bruno sends that one high in the air to deep left center field. That ball is gone. A solo home run for Chase Bruno to add another on to the Steamers' tally. For Bruno, it's his third home run of the season, and it's an 8-2 ball game here at Edenton. Putting a bit of a blemish on Jared Davis's night on the mound. It's only the second hit against Davis for the Steamers tonight. That one was crushed from Chase Bruno. Doesn't hit a ton of home runs, but you could tell he knew that one off the bat was gone. That'll bring Jeremiah Boyd to the plate with the Steamers down 6. So he'll take a called strike, 0-1. Boyd, who had a couple of home runs himself on Mondays, 0 for 4 tonight. So he'll take that one outside, 1-1. Grounded out in his only at bat against Davis tonight. One pitch, he swings and misses. 1-2 the count. Steamers down to their final strike. One and two the count to Jeremiah Boyd. The Steamers down to their final strike here against Tarboro. Swung on, chopped over to short. Jones running in. He'll make the play. Throw to first is in time to wrap up this game. The Tarboro River Bandits come into Edenton and take over sole possession of first place with an 8-2 win. A big win for the River Bandits. After falling a couple of nights ago here in Edenton, a good response for Tarboro. The River Bandits extend to 21-9 this season, 13-5 in Premier Collegiate League play, and 8-3 against the Steamers. For Edenton, they now fall to 22-10, 18-10 in PCL play, and 3-8 against Tarboro this season. The Steamers will be back in action tomorrow night to take on the Norfolk Redbirds. They'll have 3 consecutive home games here at Historic Hicks Field, 2 against the Redbirds and 1 on Saturday against the Suffolk Voyagers. That'll do it tonight from Historic Hicks Field as the Tarboro River Bandits win it 8-2 over the Steamers. We'll see you tomorrow night.